Hi everyone, welcome back to the Purple Tulip Workshop where you learn your stitches and stitch to create with love. I'm your host Shipra and I'll be taking you through a series of videos on different types of stitches and projects. So if you're excited and ready to learn, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications so you'll never miss when I post a new video. So for today's project of making the rose bookmark, I'm going to be using a golden thread. This is one of my favorite threads to use, so I love making projects out of this thread. We'll be requiring a darning needle, a locking pin, a scissors, and I'm using a thread hook, a steel hook, which is of the size of 1.5 mm. It is also known as a size 8 in the US. So now I'm going to start with making our slip knot. And now we're going to be making a foundation chain in the multiples of 10, and then I'll just add a plus 1 to it. So I'm going to be making a foundation chain 100, and then I'll add 1 to it. So I'm going to just go ahead and make the foundation chain, and I'll come back once I've done. So I've got 96 chain, I'm just nearly done, 97, 98, 99, 100. And I'm just going to add one more, which is a plus 1. So now we're going to be working half double crochets all the way through. And for half double crochets, I'll just show you how to do that. You can refer to my half double crochet tutorial from the link above. And I'll show that to you here slowly. So we got the yarn over, hook into the second loop. Now we got 3 hook and yarn over, and we will pull this yarn all the way through all 3 of the loops. I'll show that to you again. So yarn over, hook into the next loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So I'm going to just go ahead and complete this round with the 100 half double crochets, and I'm going to pause my video now and I'll come back once I've finished with this round. Now I've nearly come to the end of the half double crochet here. I'm on the last stitch. So you can see, because the thread is really thin, my actual band is not that long. So this is 100 stitches, 100 chain. It's a foundation chain of 100, and then I've got 100 half double crochets on it. Now to move on, we're going to be doing chain 5. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll turn our work around. And we're going to be putting this chain into the 5th stitch over here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to be inserting my hook within the 5th stitch over here. I'll just show that to you again. So the chain is already in one on the 1st stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the 5th stitch. I'll insert my hook like this, I'll pull the yarn through, and I'll be doing a slip stitch over here. So I'll bring that yarn through my original loop. And we're going to be doing the chain 5 10 times. So I've got 4 here. I'm just going to do another 6, and I'll pause my video and I'll come back. So I've done 10 of the rounds of the 5 chain, Now for the next portion, we'll be doing 4 chains, and I'm going to repeat that 8 times. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically the sequence is doing a 5 chain 10 times, doing a 4 chain 8 times, and then after the 8 times I'm going to be doing chain 3 6 times. So that's the sequence. I'm going to just pause my video and I'll come back once I've completed this round. So now I've completed doing the chain 4 sequence 8 times. Now I'm going to be doing a chain 3 sequence, which is 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to be doing that 6 times. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Last one. Just be careful on the stitch that you're picking up over here. So this is the stitch, and we do a slip stitch over here. Now we'll just do a chain 1 and we'll turn our work around. Now in the first loop, let me just put my locking pin here. Now if you look carefully, you have a gap between the chain that you've just done a slip stitch. So we're going to be using these gaps to make the petals of the rose. So the first loop that we have here, the gap that we have here, we only have 3 chain, so the petal is going to be really small here. So we're going to be doing single crochet, that's 1, then we'll be doing a half double crochet, another half double crochet, and 1 more, so that's 3 half double crochets, and then we'll do a single crochet. So that's our first petal, and we're not going to be doing a slip stitch, we're just going to be moving into the second gap that we just created. So we do a single crochet, 3 half double crochets, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then a single crochet. I'm going to just pause my video now. I'm going to complete these 6 petals. So I've done 2, I got another 4 to do, and I'll just come back. I've done 6 petals, which is in the sequence of doing a single crochet, 3 half double crochets, and a single crochet for each petal. Now we're going to be moving on to the chain 4, and for the sequence on this one, we'll be doing a single crochet, a single crochet, half double crochet, 3 double crochets, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to be doing a half double crochet and a single crochet, so that's the sequence for doing making our petals in the chain 4. I'm going to complete the 8 petals. I've done 1, so I've got another 7 left over here, and I'll come back once I have to work on this chain 5 sequence. Now that I've completed the sequence of 4 chain where I've done 8 petals, and I've done a single crochet, half double crochet, 3 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, and a single crochet sequence, we're going to move on to the 5 chain petals, and we're going to start up with doing a single crochet, then a half double crochet, then a double crochet, now we're going to do 3 triple crochets. So we're going to wrap the yarn on our hook twice, and if you need to refer to my triple crochet tutorial, then you can refer to it from the link above. So that's our first triple crochet, and we're going to do another 2 more, so that's second, and that's our third one done. And now we're going to do a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a single crochet. So that's the first petal that we have on the 5 chain. We're going to repeat this till the end, so I've got 9 more petals to make. I'm going to pause my video now, so I'll come back once I've finished this round. Okay, now I've come to the end of making all these 10 petals of the 5 chain sequence as well. Now I'm going to do a chain 1 just to lock the stitch, and I'm just going to pull on the thread a little bit, and we're going to cut this thread. So we can just make a knot over here. Okay. So you can see we have this sort of a lace made for the petals. Now we're going to get hold of our darning needle, and we are now then going to put in the thread, and we're going to start rolling from the smaller sleeve. We're going to put in the thread over here, and we're going to start rolling the flower like this. The petals will just fall on top of each other, and you can make it like just create a space in between if you want the petals to be a little bit more open. Okay, so I've got the same thread into my darning needle. I've taken somewhere around 1/2 meter of this thread, which is actually more than what I require, but I'm just keeping some margins there. So we're going to start up with stitching the petals together and putting these petals together. Before we do that, we're going to place in a lock on this thread. So I'll just show you how I normally do it. I would just normally have a loop created. So I'll take the needle from in between here. I'll hold on to this tail, and it's like the needle goes through a long loop, and we just pull it through, and there we go. It sort of places a knot, and we just have this tiny tail here. We'll just hide it into our work. So we're going to start stitching the petals now. So I've nearly coming to the end of stitching the petals together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll this tail end and bring it between these stitches so that I can just hide it in. Just make sure that this last petal falls somewhere in between these two petals. You can just pull it a little bit if it's getting a little bit, it's not falling into place. And we just lock this end part. So that's our rose petal flower ready. Now we're going to work on the stem part for the bookmark, and I'm going to be using cotton thread. This is a thread, I love this green shade, it's a nice green shade for the stem part, and this is a cotton thread by Red Rose. So I'm going to start doing another tutorial, part 2 tutorial, and I'll show that to you in that video.